obviously our high ball screen defense was pathetic. And we tried 3 different coverages, and really none of them worked. Maybe the double team there at the end, but it only happened like once or twice. So, and they were using clock at that point, so they weren't really even attacking. So, congratulations to Tennessee. You know, and I said this on the radio. I've been in this room and on the road a few times over the last 4 years, and I said, you know, that I would say the difference between in the game was we had McKinley Wright and they didn't. Well, tonight they had Kennedy Chandler and we didn't. I mean, he was the difference in the game. We had no answer for him, and he's a terrific player and obviously a McDonald's All-American for a reason.
Coach, did you feel that there was an absence of connectivity on each end of the floor that
Yes.
contributed tonight? Because you seemed to break down.
Yeah.
That way.
Absolutely, and probably more so on offense than on defense. I mean, we did some good things defensively, but obviously the high ball screen coverage was the difference in the game on defense. But offensively, yeah, making one more passes, and we had a couple decent offensive possessions. But you know, look, we have 15 turnovers and we have 8 shots that are blocked. That's 23 times we have the ball that it doesn't get to the rim. At least if it gets to the rim, we have an opportunity to offensive rebound. You know, it has a chance to go in. But 23 times, it doesn't even get to the rim. I mean, that's. I mean, in the first half, I looked up, I don't know, late in the first half, we're down 4, and I'm like, oh, my God, we're right here. Like, we can't be playing any worse. We're down 4, and then we go in down 10. And, you know, so the end of the first half, that's happened to us before this year, like, really, really frustrating because Tennessee, I really believe, especially early, they were ready to be beat. If we could have kept the pressure on them, the crowd in the game, got a little momentum, made a couple threes, and got this building rocking, the fans were ready, everybody was ready, but our team wasn't. And that's disheartening because we work hard for these opportunities, and you don't get these opportunities very often. The last 6 times a ranked team has been in this building, they've gone away with a loss. So it's not like we expect something of ourselves we haven't done before, but this group hasn't done it before. And this group has to understand their offense is not going to win them game. Won us a game against Stanford, you know, last weekend, but it didn't win us a game tonight. It wasn't even close. So you better hang your hat on something else. And we got no identity right now, and that's an issue. That's a problem, and we better figure that out, you know, over the next 2.5, 3 weeks.
Tad, you kind of just hinted at the guard play. What can be done for you guys there?
Well, number one, take care of the ball, okay, and think about your teammates. You know, think about how can I make this team get a great shot every time. And KJ's a good scorer. Keyshawn's a good scorer. It's not that I don't want them shooting or taking shots, but they've got to think, how do we get Jabari involved? How do we get Evan involved? How are we going to get Tristan involved? I mean, Tristan, you know, he just makes plays for, you know, just kind of out of randomness. But, you know, he's the one guy I feel, and I feel this about Evan too, you know, they really are thinking about their teammates. I don't get that sense as a unit. And, you know, Sandy mentioned lack of connectivity. I think that's really hitting the nail on the head right now. Now that's not going to continue. We're gonna get that right, but we got to start playing that way, not just talking about it.
Ted, you mentioned the window of opportunity maybe in the first half.
Yeah.
How much did the 12 first half turnovers take that away? Most of them were seemingly really just sloppy and careless.
Well, we had 3 in a row. We had 3 in a row. One was bad footwork. One we dribbled off our leg, and one of them we didn't know where we were in the corner, out of bounds. Like, you know, it's such things that are in your control. Like, we were shooting ourselves in the foot. We shot ourselves in the foot in the first half, and you can't do that against a good team. You can do that against a bad team and get away with it. You can't do that against Tennessee. And that's what we did. We shot ourselves in the foot. So, you know, it was like a 1-point game. I think we were up 1, and after those 3 turnovers, we were only down 1. but we couldn't ever get anything going flow-wise offensively. And Tennessee's a good defensive team. They play with a lot of energy. They play with toughness. They're, again, they're a good basketball team. But, we prepare in practice. We talk about it all the time. We prepare to beat good teams. Well, we're not prepared right now to beat a good team. We just saw one on Wednesday in Los Angeles. We just saw one tonight, and we're not there yet. It's unfortunate. I wish we were, but we got a lot of work ahead of us.
Coach, 42 points in the paint for Tennessee tonight.
Yep.
Chandler had accounted for quite a bit of that.
Yeah.
Just what was breaking down for you guys defensively that just kind of?
Well, the high ball screen defense, and Fulkerson, they play through their big. Fulkerson's he's a 6th-year player. I mean, he's a good low post scorer that bangs and he's physical. So yeah, I think the difference Fulkerson and then look, Vescovi comes off a pin down in the second half, curls. We're supposed to go one-man remove. He curls, catches the ball in the lane, and lays it in. Like that's shell drill defense 101. We start doing that, guarding that in August, in September, and here it is in December. We don't guard the screen right. But Kennedy Chandler was the main reason. He got the ball to the rim. I think he had 1 3. I think he had 10 layups, maybe 1 or 2 pull-ups. But he just got the ball to the rim whenever he wanted, and we had, we're supposed to have 2 guys that are going to help prevent him from doing that, the big and the guard who's going under the screen. It's not like we were going over and trying to chase him back. We're going under, and that big's there to slow him up. We couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. Kennedy Chandler was the difference in the game, in my mind.
Anything else for Coach? When you see those mistakes on defense, are those things that you see that you think can be fixed quickly, like little tweaks to be made, or is it more of a big picture?
Well,
this team needs to
look,
grow?
how do I feel? I'm frustrated as hell because we've worked on it. It's not the coverage that was the problem. It was the execution of the coverage. And that's something that our players are going to have to figure out and commit to, or we'll be having this same kind of press conference, a week from now or 2 weeks from now or 3 weeks from now or all season long. Because the players are the ones that have to bow their back and say, you know what, we've got to do our job. And tonight we didn't do our job. I didn't do my job. I got to do better. I got to do a better job scheduling. But players got to do their jobs, and when we didn't do our job tonight. So it's frustrating as hell because it's not something we didn't talk about. It's not something we didn't watch film on. It's not something we didn't practice. It's just something we didn't go out and do. And when a good team comes out and executes and an average team doesn't execute, you get, because right now we're an average team at best. Colorado is an average college basketball team right now at best. We got to change that. And it starts in practice on Monday morning.